Let's go, boys and girls. A brand new episode of the Curfew Boys. Here we are, Sammy, Zook, Anthony, Joey.
Hey
with a brand new
now.
Hey now.
episode for you all. Hey now, hey now, hey now. Lots of stuff to talk about. A much anticipated episode. Before we get there, if you are new to the Curfew Boys, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're hearing us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, thank you. Give us an honest rating and review. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you want to see our beautiful faces, once again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, share with a friend. We got tons and tons of fun content for you of the Montreal Canadiens and hockey, and just 4 to 5 best friends just busting each other's balls, as always.
And if you're looking for sweet loving, add Jay Pomsey on Instagram. Follow him. You know, he's just a good follower. They
call him Palm Tree for a reason, folks.
Yeah. So Joey Statman Joe, Instagram, Jay Pomsey, follow him.
And with
follow him on Twitter.
And
no
with
editing.
And with a little bit of a monthly payment, he'll send you exclusive pictures
on his OnlyFans account.
But only people that pay premium amount.
This is what happens, Joe.
How did you guys find out about my OnlyFans account?
Well, we just took a wild guess. We just found out right now. But like Joe,
on Reddit.
Knowing you and that haircut and what you got packing, like it's for sure you have an OnlyFans. All right, let's get this started, guys. I'm actually excited about this episode because we're stepping out of our comfort zone, our hockey talk, our Montreal Canadian talks. Today is the first day in our lifetimes, guys being born. I'm born in 88. I know Anthony is. I think Zook. I know Joey, you're old as fuck, even though you don't look it. You're born a bit before us.
Only a few months.
Okay,
76, no?
Oh.
All that to say is that we got to watch Canada play in the World Cup for the first time in our lifetime today. Or if you're listening to this now, it happened yesterday versus Belgium. Unfortunately, losing 1-0, but look,
played outstanding play.
I don't know much. Look, I know compared to Anthony, compared to Joey, even compared to Zook, I know basic soccer. I know a little bit about the sport. I am not a diehard soccer fan like some people I know are. I know I'm not a diehard soccer fan like a lot of people within our group of friends, people that we grew up with. But I know I have the best eyes here amongst all of us. I see things very well. And I know what I saw was an excellent performance by Team Canada.
Joey, is it okay that we say that? Like, I don't know if
an aggressive
judge the way I look at things. So me and Sammy saying that it was a good game, Canada playing well. Is that good that we said that?
Listen, come on. Hold on a sec. Joe, hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold that fucking thought, Joey. Look, from what I saw, from my perspective, they played very well considering it's their first time in God knows how long. They did everything right except scoring a goal. That's unfortunately, you need to score goals to win. They did everything except that. I thought Canada played a very good game. Now, hearing some analysts, some experts on TSN, they said Alphonso Davies shouldn't have taken that penalty kick. Look, I don't know much. I know a little bit about him. I don't know much about the other players. All in all, before I let you guys say your thoughts, is I totally appreciated what I saw from this team. I feel like they belong in the World Cup. They belong at that stage. And I think they gained the respect out of all the other countries that are in this tournament.
Yeah. Don't forget that Belgium's the second best team in the world right now.
There's that too. Yes,
so,
there is that too.
Luke, ranked. There's a difference.
So
rank is different.
Ranked for a reason.
As like on paper, they're not, but they're still a top team. I wouldn't
absolutely. Belgium's considered, in my opinion, always going to be a top tier
team.
For sure.
So Joey, what's the issue that you're having? Because you seem annoyed right now. You seem like
I'll talk about the finish.
I'm surprised by their performance in terms of they took the game to Belgium. That's the part I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
The two parts I'm not happy, and one being on Canada, is on a technical level, you got to have more technical ability to get those chances and score. Having 21 shots and only 3 on target,
22.
They lack.
Is it just me, or is Belgium's like block shot percentage like over 100 after this game?
For sure they are. But the amount of times where Canada got there but couldn't make the final pass or the final right play,
yes, I noticed that too.
Of technical, it could be experience, but it's a bit of technical ability that they need to kind of work on. Yeah. Some of the decision making towards the end of the game by the coach I felt was a bit. I wasn't sure of, like, everyone loves Davies. Davies is a great player, but Davies is a winger. Davies uses speed and dribbling.
Yeah, he's not
a guy that's going to control the game in the middle of the field, which is where he kind of was playing towards the second half. If you saw a lot of the time, he was going through the same thing, was trying to use speed, but you can't use speed in the middle. Speed is used out wide, or it's used when you have a long ball being played to you from like what happened with Batshuayi's goal, the Belgium striker. It was a long ball and the guy just ran.
Yeah, it was a good ball there.
So a couple of those decisions, they need to get better technically to score. But look, they got there. And the second frustrating part, which is not on Canada, is the fucking refereeing. Like,
that seems to be a common trend with
it's the beginning of the World Cup, guys.
Though you know what's funny though, guys, real quick before we get to the reffing, is that, like, I really enjoyed seeing like the hockey community, especially the Montreal Canadiens community, come together to watch a different sport, to watch soccer, and to root for our country. But then I feel like it's Groundhog Day, just complaining about the fucking refs all over again. Well, so do they have a legit beef here, a legit argument?
Yes. And before we get to that, you mentioned about Davies taking the penalty, and I said this before, he shouldn't take it. He was going to miss. Davies plays, for people who don't know, he plays for Bayern Munich in the German league. He's won everything in Germany. He's even won the Champions League, but he plays as a left back sometimes, but he pushes very forward offensively on the left. He does not take penalties for Bayern Munich. He is not there. The actual guy who should have taken penalties is Jonathan David. The guy plays for Lille, who were actually champions just 2 years ago against Paris Saint-Germain, which is $1 billion team. You know, you're talking about Mbappe, Messi, Neymar. He actually beat them, David, on his team 2 years ago before he's, you know how soccer works. They sold off their best players, and David will go to a top team eventually. But this guy has
keep going. What's up with the lighting in your fucking room, dude?
Oh, sorry guys, it's the TV. I'm watching the game.
He's in a rave.
I'll turn it off. I'm watching the game at the same time. Like in the background.
Like at one point you look like a Smurf. Then you look
like a light show. It's a light show. No,
I don't know. I know you have an OnlyFans account, but I don't know you're waving at the same time. Like
it's my light show.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Joe. Okay, go ahead.
So David is the primary penalty kick taker for Lille. This guy is only third and fourth scoring after, I think it's Neymar and Mbappe in the French league. He scored 9 of 12 penalties, and he's naturally a striker to score goals. So he should have been the one taking the penalty.
So this had to have been, before Anthony, this had to have been an off-field management decision, though, right?
I think it was a Vegas decision.
Davies just grabbing the ball, saying, "I want to,"
and I'll tell you why.
What does that mean, a Vegas decision?
So you know how I believe in rigged shit and conspiracy. No.
Yeah, we'll listen.
All jokes aside about my theories and shit, but Davies, how you want to say his name, he was 6 times your bet to score the first goal for Team Canada
because he's the best player.
Do you know how many people put a wager on Davies scoring the first goal for Team Canada? It was all over Vegas books, all bookings, mise en jeu, Bet99. It was the number one. It was the number one pick to choose Davies to score the first goal for Team Canada ever in the World Cup, right? Because in '86, when they made the World Cup last, Team Canada hasn't scored a goal. So all I'm saying is that Davies was the number one booking pick to choose for first goal for Team Canada, and he was chosen for the penalty shot in the 7th minute of the game.
How many people lost their money or their houses or their?
A lot of people lost. A lot of people.
So you know what? In a sense, can you imagine you were that person that bet for that and you watch that penalty kick? And
of course,
I would have thrown something at the TV.
I know you guys bug me about conspiracy theories and stuff, and I'm sometimes I over exaggerate and I joke around a lot, whatever. But it's just coincidence where you asked the question now, Sam, who made the decision for him to pick? Is it management? And I said it. Vegas was the decision. I'm telling you right now, all bookings, if you're a gambler, If you whoever's listening to this and you're a gambler, comment in our Instagram page. It's true. Davies was the highest pick in all bookings for first goal.
Yeah, but that's because he's the best. Because he's the best player on the team. Like
No,
don't you find that normal?
No, actually, not necessarily, because usually when you're predicted and favorable to score, like McDavid and Crosby in hockey, your wager is a lower bet. Like me putting McDavid to score tonight first goal, I'm not going to get a lot of money because it's McDavid, right?
Because it's
highly probable.
It's highly probable. Yes.
For example, I would choose Savard to score tonight for the Habs or Caulfield. I would make more money on Savard than Caulfield.
Yeah, because what are the odds? What are the odds?
But the odds that high for Davies, it was crazy, right? But anyways, all this to say,
I'll go with the actual on-field perspective of it. Davies took the ball right away. If you actually looked at it, and he's like, I'm the guy for Team Canada. I want to take it. And I don't think anyone went against it. And he wanted to be the hero because he kind of played like that the rest of the game.
Well, he's the face of the team, though. So
right. But you have to make the smart choice. And I seen this before. I actually saw this 2 weeks ago with my own favorite team in soccer. So I know what this feeling is.
Yeah, but your favorite team right? is insignificant.
I'm telling you, Sam. We have a player that, like Davies, is far and best the best player in Rome. Right? They played it. They played a team, and they had a penalty in the 91st minute. They gave it to a guy who wanted to score against his old team and wanted to get the monkey off his back, kind of saying where he wants to score his first goal. It was just a stupid decision. Same thing for Davies. He should have not taken it, and statistically, it's backed up. Now, I'll transition this, Sammy, to the refereeing. I don't know. This is Canada we're talking about here. I don't know where you're playing the violin. So
for you and your fucking stupid team, that's why.
I'm just saying I saw the same thing happen 2 weeks ago. So it's just frustrating. And now to go with the referee standpoint, this is the same referee who reffed a qualifying game in Africa. He called the game in the 85th minute.
Okay.
There's 90 minutes in a soccer game. So this should just tell you the level of
wait a minute, hold on a sec. He called the game in the 85th minute?
He whistled 3 times in the 85th minute. Yeah, he was a little he's a little off. I don't know how this guy's in the World Cup.
How does did he lie on his resume or something? Like, how does he still have a job?
He refereed a big qualifying game in Africa in the AFCON to make the World Cup, and he refereed a game. He whistled the game in the 85th minute. So going on to this game, he got the first call right, but he had to go to VAR. He didn't see it, but that's fine. Right. I mean, the game happens fast.
Okay.
And the link I sent you guys was when Belgium made a back pass that went to Buchanan's foot. They called it offside.
Yeah, that's not offside because
the player passed it backwards.
Well, it's the same rule in hockey. Like if a guy, it's the exact same thing. Yeah.
And the guy Buchanan made a move. The guy completely tripped him, fouled him. It's a clear penalty, and they called them offside. So I don't know what to say. It's a bit, I don't know. It's annoying that, it's Canada's first time, and it's something you got to see. It's just annoying. I don't expect to win, but when you play like that,
Yeah, but it's a like Zook said at the beginning, and what I've been saying in our group chats. It's an ongoing trend with this tournament. We're seeing a lot of bad calls.
Yes,
there's a lot of bad calls now. Not to get into it because we're not going to go in deep detail of the World Cup, but it's just 1 week in this World Cup, and there's a lot of shit happening that, to me, again, and I said this, and I'm not being biased because Italy is not there. Okay, I've been saying this for a really long time. Even in the beginning, our old podcast, go back and listen to our podcast. I've always said I've been losing a lot of love for the sport of, I said hockey, but also soccer. Like, there's watching this sport. You're a fan. You wait for every 4 years to get involved and be with your community and watch your team on the big screen, and then it sucks to have these decisions being made not on talent or having a bad game. It's what the refs decide which way they want this game to go. And you see that more and more, and it's disappointing. It's really.
I think it happens for every sport, Anthony. Now, I just think,
of course,
there's too much inconsistencies, and people want perfection, and you're never going to get that.
And that's my argument today with Zook. Is Zook said it? He said it. It happens everywhere, and I believe it. That fixing and being rigged and all that happens everywhere, but it's more visual and visible in soccer.
God only knows, like behind closed doors or underground. Is if a ref gets paid, if a ref gets paid to call a game or some sort. As we close off this topic, I know, Anthony, there is that documentary on Netflix.
I only watched 15 minutes of it, and I wanted to break the TV, and I closed it.
Hold on,
anyways, all that to say is that I have saved it on my favorite list. Like, I do want to get to that documentary just to see what's actually going on. This was even before you mentioned that documentary on our group chat, and now more than ever, I actually want to see this just to
Sam,
see like what you're talking about.
Sure. And just to everyone, I want to clarify: the Netflix documentaries about the corruption of where the World Cup is hosted, not about the games itself. Like what's happening
course.
in the game. I don't think.
Okay, I don't know. I don't even know what it's about, but it's just
it's about how Russia and Qatar won the bids for the World Cup, even though there were better offers actually from U.S. Canada in 2022. U.S. Canada, Mexico had a stronger. At a stronger bid for the World Cup, and it went to Qatar. Why? Because Qatar paid FIFA money under the table. That's what it's about. It's not about the actual games.
No, it's not about the games.
I don't think.
Okay, I don't think. Fuck it. I'm not gonna watch it anymore.
I don't think they're as fixed as like what this topic became about. I don't think they're as rigged. Like no one's gonna rig a game. I don't think for Belgium. Belgium is not one of the teams that we need to make them win type thing. I just think there's too much human error. And people are just expecting perfection, like I do with Canada. Look, everyone says it's an amazing game. I like the way they played, but I'm still a little frustrated. That's just how I am, but that's how people view the sport in the rules.
Well, Joe, as long as you're not like that on your OnlyFans like videos, don't fucking show frustration.
And Sammy, to you to clarify, I know you always call me negative in this. I am happy the way Canada played. I really am. It's just frustrating that they did all that and come out with a loss. I find that more frustrating than I don't know. I would have been less frustrated if we lost 5-0 and we played like shit.
I'm actually happy the way they lost because I was thinking like, geez, like, cause let's be honest, Canada soccer, it's not our sport, but they kept up with them,
better.
And it has gotten better. Yes, absolutely. But just on the overall, compared to all these European teams that have been there for decades, I was hoping to God, like, just please, whatever happens, just don't let this be a blowout. And it was by far a blowout.
I think that's what it is.
They lost. They literally lost by one play because they either fell asleep or they got too comfortable within the last 3 minutes of the first half, and that's what happened. Other than that, to me, in my eyes, like I said, for the amount of knowledge I have in the game of soccer, to me, it was a near perfect game. The only thing that couldn't happen, they couldn't score. And I did notice a bit of the technical issues they had in terms of positioning.
The final
touches. The final touches.
Exactly.
So listen. On that note, they play Croatia next, and we wish the boys best of luck.
Sam, I'll end off like John Herdman said. Their coach, let's go fuck up Croatia. Literally,
I saw that, heard that, and
I'm glad for that. I want them to do well. I give them a chance against Croatia. So
Okay, let's pass the torch here to our dear Montreal Canadiens. Speaking about my eyes and seeing things very clearly and very well, I was at the game the previous night at the Bell Center against Buffalo Sabres, and Jesus Christ, I want to go to more games despite the
Could you go to more games
despite the loss. Despite the loss,
Zook knows.
Dude, I saw a beautiful game by one team.
The Buffalo
and that
Sabres.
team was the Buffalo Sabres. Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm echoing, but it's coming off somebody's mic here.
I don't hear it.
You're getting too angry at your mic, Sammy.
Okay, listen. Tage Thompson is a beast.
He should be on Montreal. We should trade for him.
Well, I hope Juraj Slafkovsky becomes a player like him.
Oh,
and he could.
Yeah. Tage Thompson actually had a bit of an uphill battle. Like he always had these type of tools, like the vision, the hard work, the size.
Yep.
But it took him time to get to where he is now. He worked hard at it. I remember reading a piece, and now, like, that's what we hope Slafkovsky can do, because he's kind of trending in that direction. Hopefully, he can break out like Thompson, because if he does, wow, the only difference is one plays center and one plays wing. So, he's a heck of a player.
He's a bit of a late bloomer for sure, because he spent the last couple of seasons up and down between the Miners and the Sabres.
How old is he?
So he's 25 or 26. Like, he's in his prime years right now. So, like, now is the time for him to shine. And Jesus Christ, after last season, 38 goals. Like, he scored 38 goals last season. And look at him now. Now he's tearing it up. It's like over 20 points in like 19 games. So the funny thing is about that game was that I'm explaining to the missus Jeff Skinner's contract.
Oh, jeez.
Like I'm like as he's playing, I'm pointing at Jeff Skinner. I'm like, yeah, this fucking guy is getting paid $9 million per year. That's his cap hit. $9 million per year for the next like 5 years, and he's not even worth that kind of money. He fucking puts up 5 points last night. Like, Jesus
he always
Christ.
kills Montreal, though. He always puts
fucking
up good
loves
numbers
playing against Montreal. That fucking guy. And look, we could even trace this back to the Montreal Philly game. Like we've seen it multiple times where the Canadiens start off really bad. Like, the opposing team scores 1 goal like within the first minute of the games. And look, we saw it even with Philly, two goals. But being the Montreal Canadiens coach under Marty, they are gonna fight back. They will put up a fight, and a lot of those times they might end up winning the game. But it seems to be a repetitive thing with this team, like playing catch up all the time after a bad start. Like, you can't rely on that all the time. And I think a lot of us were thinking, the same thing happened against Philly. Buffalo's up 2-0 right away. It's like, yeah, it sucks, but it's like, okay, but this team could still pull it off after 3-0. Like, holy shit. Like, you felt the crowd get deflated a little bit. Then Caulfield scored like that beautiful one-timer, and you think, okay, there might be a bit of hope. Maybe down only 2 goals. There's still tons of hockey left. They got to stop this. It's funny because the beginning of the season, the Canadiens were strong in the first period. They were always strong in the first period. Now, I don't know what the heck happened. But
notice the reason, though, why the last few games that's been the same issue. What was the main reason?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say Jake Allen is the main reason, but at the same time, too,
he led in those speakers. He led in those speakers.
Don't you find? I tell you. No, but you're right, Zook, and I was going to say that not to shit on Allen because I really like him.
No, me too. But
I'm finding that we're seeing more of these mistakes on him than Montembeault.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, our big losses is with Allen, and it's not with Montembeault.
That's true. But also,
Montembeault had only
he doesn't play against the better teams.
Montembeault only had 1 bad loss, and that was against Columbus, which Columbus and Montreal are playing right now as we record this episode. They're about to start the third period tied at 0.
It didn't look as bad as Allen because I thought Montreal's because I thought Columbus still played sloppy. I mentioned that in the last episode, and Montreal scored, so they made the game closer. It's very odd. Montreal has been starting off bad last few games, but they showed that they were willing to play and played well against Philly. That amazing comeback with their last minute goal, and then they turn around and play Buffalo, a team who hasn't been any better than Philly. They lost 8 straight before playing Montreal.
Yeah.
They're just an absolute stinker. I don't get it. It's like, that Jekyll and Hyde type situation. One game they're like, oh my God, this team's exciting you. And then the next game is like, holy shit, they should be bottom 5.
Yeah,
like,
but Joey,
that's, I guess,
goals in 30 seconds, 2 goals in 30 seconds, that will deflate you.
For sure. So but
that's the last 2 games. You can't say that happened with the other wins, with the 9 other wins. They start strong.
Yeah, these slow starts have to stop because you can't. It's not sustainable to come back every game, and it showed against
you
Buffalo.
can't.
It just didn't
no,
happen.
you only have 1 line, right? So that's another thing.
But look, we're going into the month of December, and this is where the inexperience is finally kicking in, right?
Yes.
These. But then again, it's hard to look. We're going back and forth, right? Like, they're playing amazing, and we're having these episodes, and we're all saying, "Oh my God, the kid, they're not fighting. They're not fighting for bottom 5. They're actually trying to make playoffs." And then they had that bad game. We have an episode where the title is a wake up call. Finally, back to reality.
But it is a wake up call.
Hold on. But then the game after that, they fucking played the best game of their career almost. Like, freaking, they beat Philly.
I wouldn't say that.
And we're all writing to each other like, "Oh my God, what's going on here?" And then boom, back to the job. So I think it's the inexperience is finally kicking in. It's always the month of
100% the inexperience kicking in.
And I think St. Louis I don't know. He can make better choices for defensive pairings. Like you notice, we're giving up more goals, and he's rotating players more and more. And the ones he's keeping are the ones that are playing the worst. So
I'm gonna say this. I think. Listen, the entire season is a trial period in my eyes, or like it's or an experimentation. It's an experimentation for everyone. I never really considered St. Louis lineups as of late I never considered him making a mistake. And Columbus just scored right now, 1-0.
I didn't want to ruin it for you, Sam, because I'm usually ahead.
I'm a bit late, but yeah, Olivier just scored. Anyways, the guy that fought Jack Eye last time. Speaking of Jack Eye, I truly believe Marty's mistake against Buffalo was removing Arbor Jack Eye out of the lineup. Because Arbor Jack Eye right now is making a name for himself in the league. A lot of us felt that. After Jack Eye fought Nicolas Deslauriers from Philly, Deslauriers, Nicolas Deslauriers clearly won that fight. Let's be honest. He's one of the top heavyweights of the league. Okay, like he got him. He got Jack Eye good. After that, while Jack Eye was getting up, Deslauriers told him, he's like, "Yo, kid, good job. Don't stop. The league is respecting you." And he didn't say that word for word, but the message he sent to him was like, "Look, you're making a name for yourself in the league, and everybody's taking note, and you're getting respect out of that." Okay. The reason why is because Arbor Jack Eye is a tough defenseman to play against. Even if he is a rookie, he still brings that intimidation factor. You remove that out of the lineup. I saw it with my own eyes. Buffalo was able to do whatever they wanted last night.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense that Chris Weidman has to drop the gloves. Yeah. It doesn't make sense that fucking concussion boy Jake Evans almost dropped the gloves twice last night. It doesn't make sense, okay? I love Michael Pezzetta. I really do.
He's not a fighter.
I love his effort. He's not a fighter. Even though he will drop the gloves, he'll do whatever it takes for him to stay in the league, and dropping the gloves is one of them. He is not intimidating to anybody in the league. He's like the past Tom Kostopoulos. He's the Italian version of Tom Kostopoulos, okay? He's our boy. He's our paisano, but he's not intimidating, okay? You take out Arbor Jack Eye out of the lineup, you remove that intimidating factor.
So are you criticizing Marty St. Louis?
Yes.
Joe, what did I just say? I just said that's the one mistake I can think of in terms of lineups. Or a player that he put in the lineup or took out of the lineup.
I never thought you would criticize him. Good job, Sammy. You're growing.
Well, criticize.
Growing.
Criticize.
I'm not growing mentally. Like, it's good. You have to say good and bad things about teams and players.
Well, yeah, but Joe, I'm realistic. I'm not expecting him. I'm not expecting him to put an all-star lineup together.
No,
he put a top line together. That's fucking genius. That beats out any mistake that he's made. But to me, that's probably the most noticeable one as of now. From the start of the season, as of now, people were saying, "Oh, Slavkovsky on the fourth line, big mistake." Wrong.
I have another thing to add.
Slavkovsky's played his best hockey by being put on that fourth line. Go, Zuki.
Okay, what do you think of this decision from Marty of not benching Allen after 5 goals?
Because at that point the game is unreachable.
Or 4 goals or 3 goals. You saw how
but the first 3 goals were in the first 5 minutes of the game. I think that should have been.
And he didn't do a timeout. He didn't do a timeout. He's like, "Fuck you, play."
Okay, but what happens if they come back like they did in Philly? What happens if they come back? If they come back like they did against Philly? Joe, I'm fucking behind. Like, oh, he scored. Joe, shut the fuck up. Oh my God, we're tied at 1. Arbor,
you bet you
see what I mean?
Scored.
But you see what I mean? Because him and I, we have
telekinesis.
No, telepathic. No, it's telepathic. It's sending mental messages. Telekinesis is you can move things with your mind. I am mental for sure, indeed. But look,
it's a tough call there. We're talking about the
non-calls
that the coach did not.
No. I thought he should have called a timeout after 3-0. I really did. But look, Caulfield scored like maybe 2-3 minutes after that. Okay, you're down 3-1, and then they were down. They were down 4-2. They were only down by 2 goals at that point. When Buffalo was like, okay, let's put these guys to bed. There's no point in putting Montembeault in nets. He's playing tonight.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's playing tonight.
But still.
So
yeah, I don't think that was the wrong.
I think they did that. Yeah, you're right. I think they did that because of the back-to-back game.
Sam, yeah, if there was no back-to-back game,
if there was no back-to-back game. Look, I mean, you don't pull a goalie in the third period. Like, if the game is
he should have been pulled earlier.
I'm not saying. See, I wouldn't have done it in the third period. I would have done it at the end of the first.
Like, shit. Really, like, yes, the first 3 goals in the first 3 minutes was terrible.
The first 2 were like,
but they were. But like, not only Allen like kind of lost track of the puck, so did the defenseman, goalie too. Like, you saw his reaction after the goal. He's like, "How the fuck did I miss that?"
Yeah.
It at that point when really the game was over, it's like you don't pull the goalie at 4-2. They were down 4-2 you don't really pull the goalie at that point. You know what I mean? Like at 5-2, that was in the third. 6-2, 7-2. It's
to me, the moment you had to take out the goalie was right at the beginning or not at all.
Well, no, you gotta. It's too early. You gotta give the goalie and the team a chance.
A tough situation.
They made it 3-1. They made it. No, but and at that point, Allen wasn't the problem.
No, dude, it was also defensively.
Not just that, the Canadians got like 3-4 power plays in the first period, and they could have scored. They could have scored. The refs were literally giving them a chance to come back. They couldn't score. Oh yeah, here we go. 2-1 Canadian. Excuse me. Sorry, who
am
scored?
I ahead? Am I ahead of all of you?
Oh my god. Oh my
god. I've seen it already, but I don't want to ruin it for Sam.
3 months behind. So who?
No, I'm watching it too. I saw it too.
I'm behind. It looks like Savard scored. Joe, did you bet?
What? I should
have. Savard scored.
I should have. I'd be a millionaire.
Oh my god!
Didn't I just say at the beginning if Savard would score a goal? Wait, it might be a skate.
No, that's a good goal. No, that's a good goal. That's a good goal.
Yeah, if you bet Savard scoring the winning goal, you'd be a millionaire, man. The odds.
Fuck. You know what's bullshit though is that okay? If we're happy that the Canadians are winning, we gotta be not happy about Florida winning right now.
No, I'm not. I'm not happy both are winning, but we know my stance on this.
Florida's up 4-1 against the Bruins. God damn it! But look, all that to say is, the power play too has got to get better.
You need a power play quarterback. I think that's where it gets better. I think the ideas are there, but you're missing the actual player. Where in the past, I think you had the players. When we did have the players, we didn't have the right, system or flow or the way you function it.
That's right.
Missing the players, I think, more than the way they're playing it. Obviously, having a better second unit will help, but I'm talking strictly for the first unit and their best players. They need that quarterback. They need someone to drive that power play. They don't have it right now.
They don't.
I'm saying from a blue line perspective, Suzuki does well, like for he can in the position he's in, but they really need a power play quarterback.
I want to see Caden Gooley get a shot on the power play now for real. Okay, Joe.
It's an experimental season. They should give it a shot.
Joe. The second criticism I have towards Marty is that he's not putting Caden Gooley on the power play.
Wow, not 1 but 2 tonight.
2. Wow, Sam. He's becoming a devil.
Look, honestly, I've been saying that for a while now, but it's just like at the end of the day, I wasn't too like adamant about that because it's like it's gonna happen eventually.
Well, it has been improved. So I see your position on it. It has been improved to recent years. Like, I mean, if you want to compare a power play last year to this year, it looks like we could be Stanley Cup champions with it. Like, if you literally want to compare what they were, you know what I meant? Like comparing last year to this year. So it is improved, but to get it to a level of, where it's effective in the playoffs and winning games, you're going to need the, I'm hoping it's the Lane Hudson. You're going to need that. You're going to need
Lane Hudson keeps putting up the points, man, in NCAA. Like, kid's great.
He does.
Maybe next year, Sam. Come on. Have some faith.
What about next year?
That he'll make a pro.
No, he won't. You're crazy.
Not Canadians, but I was going to say Hamilton. Laval. Well, I was going to say Hamilton.
He can't.
Oh,
he can't go to Laval.
20. Yeah,
he's a North American player. He can't.
That stupid rule.
He can't. Like, he's another 2-3 years, and that's it, dude. And he needs to play. He's got to play games, dude. 35 games in junior, and then okay, go pro. It's not enough.
Well, then
Kids got to play.
If Gooley's not the answer, they're going to need to find somebody on the short term if they want to win more games.
Maybe
how it's got to be.
But you don't want them. But you don't want them to win more games.
I don't. But I'm trying to, with the conversation with you, having to fix these problems. Like, if St. Louis would listen to me, like we would have more wins for sure. But I'm keeping quiet. So I'm kidding, Sam. But you know what I mean. They really need one in the short term if they want to win more games.
What I like. To end this special team talk. Their penalty kill has been surprisingly fucking solid.
It has.
It's what? It's top 10 right now.
Yeah, it is, but it helps you. Obviously, it helps you defend. But like, if you want to win, yes, they get half the job done. The other half is they got to score goals on the power play.
No, but I'm saying there are positives within their special teams.
Look,
and
that's
probably
they exceeded our expectation of defense core. They
they
still have a lot of improvement.
Isn't Robbie Da in charge of that?
He's in charge of the kids. Well, he's assistant coach. Yeah, he's assistant coach.
But in the defensive side of things, right?
But I think they exceeded our expectation. We expected we didn't expect what we're seeing now. I'm not saying they're perfect.
I expected them last year.
They're okay. So then fine. But I tweeted this. They're a 500 team.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're going to be this year.
Which is like 15th place.
But I'm talking about the
you don't want 15th place.
But that's what it is. That's what they are.
It's not.
They're not a bottom 5, dude.
15 place gets you a playoff spot.
Okay, so so fringe. So like 17, 18, let's say.
Okay, fine.
Sorry, but that's what I meant.
Maybe, yeah. Sure.
Not bottom tier, just above that, which is top 10.
But look, I mean, the difference. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna check the difference between.
It's where
not bottom 5, dude.
No, but it's the place they kind of don't want to be.
I know.
If you want the high end,
of course, but we're not but you're right. That's what I was saying about we exceeded expectation. This team right now is, like Sam said, and they're playing like a 500 team. They're not playing a playoff team. They're not playing a bottom 5 team. They're playing in the middle, which is something we had said we don't want. Is either make playoffs or make bottom 5. But unfortunately, this team is a team that's going to be fighting for that spot and either make it by the end or not make it by the end. And we're going to either be happy or pissed at the same time. So,
but look, the only difference between Anaheim and the Canadians is 8 points. That's not bad. It's not.
Yeah,
it's 4 wins.
Yeah, when you're a bad team, it's like making playoffs being only 8 behind. When you're a bad team, man, wins are hard to come by.
I understand that, but I mean, it's not like a drastic difference.
I don't get how Anaheim.
It's still doable.
Is that
you want to know why? You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Okay, first of all, because they're a bit too young. Jamie Drysdale got a bad injury. He's not there. They don't have Nicolas Deslauriers protecting those kids. That's why. They don't have him anymore. That brings that intimidating factor. That's why. As after they traded him to Minnesota last year, they sucked.
You think they'd be 8 points better with just Nicolas Deslauriers in their lineup?
I think the kids would be able to play a lot more comfortably knowing that they have someone there to protect them.
I guess, but they do have injuries. Like, even Columbus doesn't have a bad team. We're playing them tonight, right? They have a lot of injuries. Like,
really, can you imagine if Patty Liney and their defenseman? What's
and Voracek as well. Voracek and
Voracek. Okay,
Sam, he's
a good player, but he's gritty on the ice. Like, come on. Like,
wow, they're missing
he's not defenseman. Yeah, what's his face? Zach Werenski. That's right.
And Patrick Laine and Voracek. I mean, that's pretty big.
It's saying that they need Voracek in the lineup is saying that Claude Giroux is a superstar in Ottawa.
No, I mean,
like, don't trust the hype. Don't trust the hype of that bullshit. I said it from the beginning. Like, Ottawa Senators fans, like, I don't know who's more obnoxious, like Ottawa fans or Toronto fans.
No,
we got Giroux. Oh, we got the Brinket. I understand them too. They have injuries, but fucking Christ, they made it sound like the second coming of fucking Jesus was on their team with just except he has an orange beard. Like, stop it. Like, he's like, come on. I didn't trust the hype from the beginning, and look at that. they might get fucking.
They're worse than us. Imagine.
They might get.
They're gonna get Connor Bedard, and we're not.
Oh my god! If they get Connor Bedard, Joy, I'm gonna kill you. Just for
dynasty.
Just for sake. No, because you said it. Because you said it.
We're not getting him, dude. We're not. The Habs are nowhere. Not even. They're far.
Guys, I wanted to ask your thoughts for the. So Buffalo was one of our worst goaltending and defensive display where he lost 5-2. Do you know who wasn't on the ice? I've been praising him for the last few games. You know who didn't play?
Dude, I'm gonna piss off a bunch of Habs fans saying this right now. No, the Canadians are winless without Mike Hoffman in the lineup.
That's true. They are.
Yeah, but it's coincidence because what the hell does Mike Hoffman do when he's on the ice?
Nice.
He's been putting up.
Analytically, Zook, he's been Montreal's most dangerous forward. It's just the puck hasn't been going in. Where like Suzuki. Analytics. So everyone says the way Suzuki's scoring, he's scoring at a pace where it doesn't seem like he can keep up his shooting percentage.
Yeah.
So you got to look. They're going to kind of even out. Well, Suzuki will better it off, but they're going to kind of even out. He's actually been producing challenges, just couldn't score. Same with Danilov. But Sam, do you know who I'm speaking of? The guy who was on the ice, who I've been praising the last few games. He's becoming a new fan favorite of mine. Remember I said about the best waiver pickup?
Well, yeah, Kovacevic. He was a healthy scratch.
And look what happened. Look at their defense.
He's there tonight.
Look, honestly, like I love Jordan Harris's play, but yesterday he struggled a little bit.
He did.
He sometimes when he has the puck along the boards, like he looks hesitant. He doesn't know where to try to clear it or try to make a first pass.
He didn't the first few games though.
No, he didn't. No, absolutely. He looked, dude. He looked as cool as a cucumber, and it's just that doesn't even make fucking sense. But he looked so calm in like the first few games. And then Chris Weidman, he scratched for God knows how many games. Like he's coming in the lineup rusty.
No, but you're right, Joey. I see where you're coming from because to me also, Kovacevic has been one of my favorites, and he's been someone that surprised me, and I've been liking the way he's been playing, and I hope he's a keeper because. You know, him not there yesterday, you saw a difference in the defensive core. Him and Jacky, I think those two together out of the lineup made a big change in the defensive core. And that's what I meant by before. Our defensive core, when we started the podcast this season, before the season started, we all said, go listen to the episode. Like we have nobody on in
depth.
We had no depth and we had no players. Like it was all young, no experience. Right. We thought like we were going to be losing every single game, and then they exceeded expectations.
Yeah,
they were playing fantastic, winning games. They're playing well, all of them. And then you take out Jacky and Kovacevic last game, and you saw what happened, 7-2.
And that's why I've been saying they've been outplaying the veterans. They have been.
Trade him to Toronto now. His trade value went up. Toronto needs defensemen. And
what a shit show in Toronto.
Morgan Riley out now for I think like what 4 to.
Let's give him
4 to 6 weeks.
I hate when everyone says, "Oh, my team is shit because of injuries." Well, the Habs have been injured the last fucking 2 years, and we were last place and saying that we're shit. No, but we were injured most of the time. Or how many players did not play last year because of COVID?
Laval's entire team. Well, not entire team. Sorry. Every player that was under contract in the minors played at least one game for the Canadians last year. All except for Jean-Sébastien Day. That's the only one that did not play a game for the Montreal Canadiens from Laval.
Second in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, Zook, we weren't the last place team last year. Like it happened, but injuries is what made us the last place.
For sure. A little more than injuries, like maybe
and
also
Ducharme.
the morale and Ducharme, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. All right. You guys are opening up a whole fucking can of worms right now.
Whoop.
About Ducharme and about past Montreal Canadiens, not history, but behind the scenes. Have you guys been keeping up with fucking Pierre Gervais' book?
Yes, I heard.
I keep hearing issues.
Okay, what's going on with that? I don't know.
Is this a controversy? Is there a controversy going? Dude, Pierre Gervais' book is stirring shit up. Like
he's saying things that shouldn't be said about the Pacioretty, the dressing room talk.
Exactly.
So, hold on. I'm gonna find the title of Pierre Gervais' book here.
I want to buy it now.
I want to buy it too, but it's only in French, but that's okay. I could read French. Anthony, you might have a bit of a hard time. But
It's in French for you.
So look, Pierre Gervais au cœur du vestiaire. So we all know that Pierre Gervais was the equipment manager for the Canadiens for the past, it's like what, 35 years?
Yeah.
30, almost 40 years. The Canadiens give him a big like retirement ceremony last year. They got him a fucking army golf cart. Like on practice, there was a whole spiel, and like he was well respected in the dressing room, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, apparently, this book, like I think we all have to realize one thing: it's from his perspective only, and they're not. Are they facts? Who knows? But people on Twitter are fucked in the head, especially nowadays. I don't care who I offend; it's fucking true. Okay. But yes, Anthony, he said things that like apparently the players did not really have Dominic Ducharme's respect. They liked Luke Richardson more. There was a bunch of frustration going on, rightfully so. But apparently he was saying they didn't want to play for Dom Ducharme anymore. When they found out that he was hired as the head coach, apparently they were not too happy. What else? Apparently Pacioretty wasn't exactly the leader we all thought he was. I'm just quoting here. I'm not even quoting. I'm just speculating here from what I've read in French articles and on Twitter and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know much about. I didn't really get to anything about Michel Therrien when he was the head coach, but apparently Marc Bergevin was an emotional roller coaster. And that a lot of the decisions he made were based on his emotions, like how he felt, like he needed a fucking like. So I mean, we all could have fucking seen that too, but yeah, but then you got players like Nick Suzuki coming out and saying like, look, it was a frustrating year for all of us, but no, we like Dom. We wish him all the best. We hope he gets a job here. Gallagher's saying things like, look, it's. Yeah, there was frustration. The blame is on us, the players, but you know, it's.
I'm gonna read a quote from that book in English.
Yeah, go for it.
So, apparently, he says that Captain Max Pacioretty was a very self-centered guy who rarely smiled and didn't often mingle with others. The former equipment manager explained that if the Canadiens won a 10-game winning streak, Pacioretty would sulk if he hadn't scored.
Yeah, but you know what?
We all knew that already.
I think that's true because that's how I felt like. That's how he perceived it, Pacioretty.
But everything he wrote to me, that's
truthful.
A fact.
Okay, but hold on a sec. Again, that's maybe Gervais' perspective. But at the same time, too, if Pacioretty doesn't score, like he's paid to score goals. If he's not gonna score goals, like you know, for all we know, Pacioretty could have been happy that the team is winning, but he's not happy with himself.
No,
like,
but what he's saying
there's
is
nothing
that
wrong with
captain should not sulk if his team is on a 10-game winning streak. He should not be sulking, even if he's a goal scorer.
I get
that's
that,
not a leader. You know,
but my question is,
job is not to sulk.
My question is this really true though?
Well,
I don't know if it's true, but I can believe it. Seeing how I've seen Pacioretty, that I feel that's the way he is.
It could be, but that's maybe. But so was this going on while he was captain or before he became captain?
So he wrote another quote was Gervais says former team captain Max Pacioretty was I read that already. Sorry, there weren't many candidates at the time. I understand that, but in my opinion, it would have been better not to have a captain than an appointed a bad one.
Wow.
Looking back, I believe that Marc
Bergevin
and Michel Therrien, would not have let the players choose if they had suspected the result of the vote.
Wow.
But wait a minute. No, hold on a sec. Apparently, they did have the players choose. They had the players voted.
Here it says they would have not let. Oh, wait, sorry. I believe that Marc Bergevin and Michel Therrien would not have let the players choose
had they known
if they had suspected the result of the vote. That's it.
So
they did vote, but they wouldn't have let them vote if they knew the results at the end of it. That's what he's saying. and about Subban. So this is another.
Well, that's the thing. That's my question: was PK really supposed to be the captain?
So here, Gervais also confirms rumors that the captain had problems with teammate PK Subban, saying the two often argued with one another. Finally, Gervais reveals that the negative sentiments were shared among most members of the locker room. Everyone knew what kind of individual he was. No one was more important than him. He didn't get much respect from the guys. So no one respected Subban in the room. Or are you talking about Pacioretty?
I think it's Pacioretty.
Pacioretty, yeah.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, dude, Price loved PK.
They're talking
about Max.
Yeah, but I know, but I'm just saying in general. Yeah, it's look, all that to say, it's like I'm curious now. Like, I really want to buy this book.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna read it. Like, I want to see what they're.
I'm just gonna read this. This is pretty much everything. It's all
and it's in English.
It's in English. It's easy. Costs $0.
It's all the main points, right? Mark Bergevin was moody.
A cheap, illiterate fuck.
Mark could be very pleasant, but very moody. He could arrive in the morning, and you would wonder if he had just been through a family crisis.
Yeah, it's probably after. It's probably after he signed all those bad contracts.
He did great things. He did great things, but did great damage as well. He needed a mentor to learn how to manage staff, budgets, talk to people, and deal with his own fame as well. Holy shit,
Sam! You know what my first thinking is after hearing what Anthony's saying, right? You know,
you're wrong. You're wrong. You've been wrong all this time.
Gervais,
you've been wrong.
Pierre Gervais knows, and he's explaining in this book exactly what I talked about with Bergevin.
What did you? Okay, go. What did you talk about Bergevin? Let's go. Let's go.
I'm not mentioning it again.
Zook wants you to say something that'll piss me off. Now's your chance. Let's go.
All the bad contracts. Anthony explained it.
We all knew that. But we all knew that. We all knew the contracts were bad.
Mark was a teenager.
A ripped one.
Okay. Ripping everybody.
Okay, Anthony, while Joey and I fucking argue and Zook eats the popcorn, you do more research on Gervais's book. All right, Joe, let's go.
Sam, it just clearly shows if he's right, Bergevin did not know how to manage contracts, and we all knew Pacioretty was.
Pierre Gervais also said that had Bergevin have like an assistant like a Jeff Gordon or
but he didn't. So you don't make mistakes. I mean,
how else
you won't make it right?
It's not that it's wrong. But he doesn't know any better at that time. He's going with the best he's got, or with whatever knowledge that he has. If he has nobody to help him out,
so it's piss poor knowledge. That's what it is.
What did you want from him? Fuck, like what did you expect?
But this is my argument.
He came from Chicago, not even as an assistant. He came as practically a scout. Like what do you want from him?
We should be shitting on him, and in the end, you're turning around saying, "What do you expect from him?" I expect better. Millions.
Joe, go Anthony, please.
When I hear people say that Ducharme had lost the room in the end, he didn't lose it because he never really had it. Adding that, Luke had the room. The guys worked for him. Boom. Okay.
Yeah,
and it showed. That's why if Ducharme wasn't behind the bench against Vegas, they probably would have lost.
I'm not convinced. The players they played their hearts out that series. I don't care who would have been behind the bench. No,
I am not for Weber and Price. That's exactly.
Yeah, no.
They played for Weber. They played for Price. They even played for Stahl. They played for Perry. I'm not convinced. I think Luke Richardson was able to deliver whatever message was to the guys a lot easier than Ducharme, because Ducharme just can't speak anything, plain simple. Like I don't want to. I'm just joking on the guy.
Like a robot.
Played very well.
Oh no,
it's not even that. It's c'est des fois là.
He's not a communicator. Yeah.
Ça peut pas, on peut pas jouer comme ça. Puis
he does exactly those eyes too.
Yeah, he's like Mr. Snow, like
Sam, it was just between him and having Bergevin is just a bad combination, really. It's
Joe, come on, like the worst things that he did were the contracts and trading for fucking bottom 6 players that were supposed to add grit and stuff like Dwight King and Steve Ott.
But
like,
he was very good on. You have to admit, Joe. Like, yes, as much as we can shit on Pierre Gervais about all
he was
this
great.
stuff,
He was he wasn't great on trade. He was good on trades. Yes,
he was good on trades. He was smart on keeping the young assets because anybody else would have traded the potential Caulfield and Suzuki's on this and that. All this is because what you're seeing right now is all Pierre Gervais' moves
and draft picks. Except for Sergachev, I can't forget he did trade Sergachev.
That's
no,
political.
It's not all.
My one counter argument will always be him and Timmins made some good choices and some really bad ones. Their first round, by the way, their first round background and choices are atrocious. But anyways, he did make some good picks and trades. First of all, to me, Caulfield fell on his lap. I look at it as the guy fell on your lap. Okay, but you still take him, whatever. My God. But the people he chose under him to develop these players is where the faith would have been lost. Like, they wouldn't be the same. You literally needed Bergevin to draft these players and change entire GM coach to make them develop properly. Because if you develop them under Bergevin's decisions, I don't think they would have amounted to what they are now. And it's the truth.
Joe, they were aiming for Caulfield even before the draft started.
Okay, that's why I said, okay, fine, whatever. He made the good choice. But where I would lose it is, like, I'm glad this happens. We changed to ownership that can seem to be developing players. If he was still there, not ownership, sorry, GM-ship or whatever. If he was still there, I wouldn't have faith that they would be developing the players the way they are.
You and I, for the first time this episode, we agree. But that's why the changes were made, because it just wasn't working anymore.
But how often does that happen? Is you have these prospects and then you change literally from GM all the way down to coach, and then it's other people developing your prospect. I'm just saying that doesn't, we got lucky, but that does not happen often. So if Bergevin ever does this for another team, I think he's going to fail at it.
Well, he's in LA. He's nowhere near making decisions right now. So, and look at them, and look at them. Where are they in the standings?
I don't even know, but I know they're above 500. But they're always the middle of the road team right now.
No, they're not. They're a top team, Joe. They're.
I thought they're about just a bit above.
They're
500.
top 10, Joe. They're 11-9-2.
So a bit above 500.
They're 9th place though overall.
Yeah, okay. So they're decent. They're pretty good. They're getting.
There's only 4 teams that are dominant right now. Boston.
Yeah, the NHL's been
Boston, New Jersey, Vegas, and put in Dallas there. 11-5. Toronto, Carolina. Yeah, Jack Eichel, dude, he's getting 80 points. That guy. Toronto and Carolina 10-5. Okay, that's fine. But then the rest after that, like the Rangers 10-6, Carolina 12-8, LA 11-9, Colorado 11-5. Okay, not bad. Winnipeg 11-5.
It's a weird start. There's a lot of 500 teams. They're close to.
There is. So this is why, like, maybe who knows where the Canadians could drop.
No. We're not getting into that. I can't. I had enough frustration with Canada today. I don't want to get into this.
Oh my God. Well, look, the Canadians are winning so far as we speak. I know I'm behind you guys, but I got 4 minutes and 45 seconds left. So
about 20 seconds ahead.
There's so
what else?
Just gonna read
nothing about the book. No, it's not about the book. Well, it's about the book, but it's about Nick's. I don't know if you guys want me to say it now, but we could talk about offline. But Nick Suzuki and Gallagher spoke out about the controversial comments about.
Yeah, they're not too. I said it. Like Suzuki said, I have respect for Dom and I wish him the best.
I have respect for everybody. I think Gervais felt he needed to get it off his chest, but I don't know what his intentions were. We all have respect for those guys, and hopefully they do well. And then Gallagher kind of like indirectly shot at him. It's like, I don't know if there's a code, but anything that happens in a room, it should be a family thing. And he broke the code.
Oh my God, the first time I agree with Gallagher.
Both of them spoken like true captains, true leaders.
Yeah, but he's not a captain. Gallagher.
Suzuki and Gallagher said the right things.
He's an assistant captain. He's assistant captain.
But I agree with Gallagher. It should be kept. It should be kept in the room. Like people shouldn't speak out. I mean, it's between them.
I agree, but at the same time too, like, do you guys not like some of these behind the scenes stuff?
Oh, I love them.
I love it too, for sure.
It's entertainment, man.
Yeah, it's for entertainment.
These are things that you'll never know, and you'll never know the full truth. But I think Gervais. Wow,
Gervais.
That was my
Gervais. Gervais.
Yeah, the
better version
French
of
Anthony
Gervais.
Gervais.
You know what, Anthony? Your last name is the same name, just in French.
In French, Gervais.
Just if you're dyslexic, just change the I with the S, and you're good.
That's your alias tomorrow for collections.
Anthony's the whistleblower of the Curfew Boys, like Gervais for Canadians.
Next thing you know, Anthony's gonna write a book about
the Curfew Boys, the behind the scenes of the.
I never had respect for Joey, a little piece of shit.
It's true. Look, for us, it is entertainment. It's good to know behind the scenes. Sam, I know you don't watch much soccer, but I know you've probably heard about the news. It's similar concept with Ronaldo, that famous interview he did the last week. He basically did what Gervais did. He just basically spoke completely horrible of Man United. We're talking about one of the best.
And is that why he's no longer with the team? Like they terminated
his contract. Yeah. They went through all legal rights, and they both wanted to part ways. But he spoke about the team, everything.
Montreal Impact, baby. Oh, come on! You think he's coming to the MLS? He's definitely coming to the MLS.
Oh, 100% he's coming eventually.
He's going to either where the two monies are, LA or New York. But I see him going.
Brady's going to bring back the
Miami.
CFL, and
I'm convinced Tom Brady is coming to the Montreal Alouettes, and I hope to God that happens.
I don't watch CFL.
I don't know about the Alouettes.
Not want to watch CFL even more. So
when Tom Brady talks, he talks. When he said he's going to retire at 45, he's going to retire at 45. He's saying he's coming to CFL. He's coming to the CFL. Now he's divorced.
He said he's coming to CFL.
He said he would like to go to CFL before the end of his career.
That's a bad mistake,
dude. Can you imagine Tom Brady hanging out with Nick Suzuki and Caulfield and like that
here in Westmont? That we go see.
Oh my God, I swear to God, Joe, if he comes, Joey, I swear to God, I will buy you the fucking ticket to the lodge if we find out that not only is Tom Brady a Montreal Alouette, but he's going to be at the Bell Center, one of the lodges. I will spend every dollar I have out of my savings, out of my retirement. Well, I mean,
look, Sam, you owe him.
My pension plan.
You on the ice, so you owe him one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This
time I'm going to make it happen. I will personally spend every dollar I got for me and you to be in the same lodge. Joe, look at me when I'm talking to you. Look, Joe.
I can't. I do not want a player who screwed my team out of a Super Bowl ring, and we're not getting into this.
Because Anthony, it's the joy I will have seeing.
Fuck that joy.
Seeing Joey's the joy I'll have seeing Joey just fucking cringe and seeing his insides being eaten up by his own anger.
Tom Brady would have signed 1-year contract with the Rams, he'd be. Said that. I shouldn't have said that.
Proverbially speaking,
never. Guy can't throw past 40 yards.
You can cut that, please. I didn't mean it that way. I meant if Joey, if I don't know why I said that.
I never would.
Let's cut that and put it as a booster, please, not as a live show.
Put that on YouTube.
I believe that if Tom Brady would have signed with the Rams instead of Tampa. So, okay, hold on. Whoa. You're telling me
we're not getting into this. No.
One question.
No. We got to end the episode like this. We're giving the fans something completely entertaining here.
No, all jokes aside, put everything aside right now. I want your honest truth.
You're gonna get it, okay?
Patriots. Tom Brady leaves the Patriots, and instead of signing with Tampa, he signs with the Rams for 2 years. Exactly what we're seeing now, but with the Rams, you wouldn't have been happy.
No, I don't like him.
So you wouldn't be a Rams fan. He brings.
Yes, I would be. I don't change teams, but I would not like the player. Everyone's telling me the same thing with Cristiano Ronaldo and Roma. Imagine he signs back with Mourinho, the Portuguese. I don't like him as well for soccer. He's the most hated guy for me. But I would not enjoy it. I would not respect him with Roma.
And I wouldn't respect Brady with the Rams. You would have won 2 Super Bowls. You wouldn't. He
wouldn't win us 2 Super Bowls. I can guarantee you that.
Okay, anyways, it's 3-1 Montreal. Let's end this episode.
Sean Monahan's trade value's just gone up. That's 2 goals in 2 games. Open, it doesn't matter. I I hope to God the Canadians trade Monahan because I really feel we could get another first round for him.
I hope they trade a lot of these veterans. These losses have to come, Sammy. We need the bottom
losses
5.
are not coming. We're making the playoffs.
But if he's at 15 goals by February,
watching these guys play,
15 goals, dude. He's at 5. Well,
he could be
okay.
February.
They've been bad all year. I mean,
he'll be at 10 minimum.
10, yeah,
I think.
I'm sorry, but it's hard as much as I agree with Joey, I want them to be bottom 5. Watching this team play, yes, you have those off games, but watching this team play, they're making.
Anthony, you have to be honest with me. You would rather make the last playoff spot than be first overall in draft.
Hold on a second.
I know you my whole life. You would rather be in that last playoff spot than be dead last in the standings.
I've been saying almost every fucking episode I want to be bottom 5. I've been telling everybody. I've been telling everybody
more excited in the playoffs. I can tell.
No. I've been saying it. Listen to every fucking episode. Okay, talk to my father-in-law. My neighbors, talk to my parents. Every time I talk about the Montreal Canadiens, fucking asshole, fucking PTSD. Every time I talk about the Montreal Canadiens, I always say I want them to lose. 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 I've been saying that, but when I watch them, it's hard to see that happening. I'm sorry. So
so you're on the same page as us then finally because we don't know what you want.
But he has that hopeful Anthony in him that he wants to see playoffs. Episode. It's a bit of a. I don't know. It's like there's two sides to
I'm on the same, but you guys haven't been listening to my chats, reading my chats, and
yes, you say it, but then hope there's some
I don't have hope of making the playoffs. But if they make the playoffs, of course I'm going to root for them.
I know I said that. I know if I said, look, if they make the playoffs, fuck it, they're in. Nothing's gonna change. Might as well go all in and root for them.
And I did say 2 episodes ago, go back and fucking listen to it. I said. It's stupid that they're fighting for playoffs with the deep draft that they have. But if they make playoffs, it's because Gorton and Hughes have a fucking plan in place because they know.
You did say that, yes.
There we go. So Joey,
yes, you did say that. Yes, you did say that.
And they have the staff. To be bottom 5, you're missing that. The Habs have, I think, is going to be one of the best coaches in the next fucking 10 years. And
that's a bold statement, Zook.
We have a development staff that we've never had before, ever.
We also have Montembeault playing like Price. I don't know why.
We have these, but we have kids who have this like fire within them. And listen, I don't see them a bottom 5 team. They don't have that.
It's hard to see it.
Zook is right. The staff is making the big the staff is making the big difference why they're not bottom 5.
I think so, man.
That's why
it's hard but part of management. But Anthony, part of that plan is that the plan isn't changing in terms of they do. If they are fighting for that spot, they're not trading for someone that can help them go further. They're
going to trade away to be worse.
But that's the thing. I truly think they are going to trade away. I think they are going to trade away. I remember repeating this. I think they are going to trade Monahan. I think they're going to try Dandenov. They're going to try Hoffman. They're going to try Drouin.
If those 3 leave,
they would try to trade those players, but not. They wouldn't touch the young ones.
No.
I would see. Hold on. You know what I would see? You know what
if they do fire them on the fucking spot.
Yeah.
You know what I would go to their office.
Trade deadline. Bunch off fighting for the playoffs. Okay. Trade deadline comes. I see them getting rid of Anderson, high trade value, to get a better player for our fight for the playoffs.
See, but Anderson, like he's a decent player, so they might make it what they call a hockey trade, like a good player for a good player type. Maybe someone that fits them better. Maybe
better and younger is what I mean. So you're going to trade Anderson to a team who needs to make the playoffs, and you're going to get a player in return that's good for the future and give you a chance in the playoffs,
like a Kirby Doc type,
like a Kirby Doc trade.
Yeah, but you said that they're going to try to acquire a young Kirby Doc player-esque at the draft. You said.
At the draft deadline.
No, Anthony said at the draft.
Oh,
okay.
He said they might do that kind of trade.
Yeah, I remember
draft. Yes, but if they're making the playoffs right now, I see them doing something big at the deadline, like players like Monahan and Anderson, who has a lot of trade value right now, in the Hoffmans. You know what? Look, I don't see us this is me picturing Hughes' brain, right? Like come playoffs, like I don't see this team going to the finals. I see them fighting the first and second round. So let me get rid of the Monahans and the Anderson to a team that needs them, but get good value in return that maybe gives us a chance to go to the second and third round.
Yeah, maybe.
That's where the plan is coming from, is what I'm saying.
Okay, we're going to wrap this up. The Canadians win by final score of 3-1 over the Columbus Blue Jackets, and it just brings absolute opposite of joy to Joey's face.
It's Savard's first goal too, eh?
It's Savard's
first
game goal.
Winner.
He scored the game winner, makes Joey even happier.
Get in there, Lewis.
Get in there.
I should have placed that bet. We spoke about at the beginning of this episode.
So you talked about Savard scoring. I talk about Xhaka. He scores. Like Joey, not only should I go to more Habs games, but we shouldn't be doing podcast episodes during the games either.
I agree. Post games only, and Sam go to every home game.
Dude, look, you know what? Despite the beating they took from Buffalo, like I still had a fun time at the Bell Center. Like it's
always fun.
And you know what, Sam? That's what counts more for me, is that you had fun.
Yes. I did, because you know why? I'm not one of these Habs fans that I'm gonna get up and leave. I paid for these fucking tickets, dude. I watched Buffalo play a fucking awesome game. I watched Dahlin, he's fucking amazing. I watched Owen Power. The kid's a beauty. I watched Tage Thompson, who's an absolute beast. Hey, Jeff Skinner, man, Jesus, good for him. $9 million just to fucking screw over the Canadians. Hey, why not? You know what? I saw Alex Tuck. If his brother Luke Tuck could be anything like him, I'm pretty happy. So you know what? At the end of the day, I got to see good hockey by one team, obviously. I had a fun experience. The missus wanted to leave. I said, no, babe, we're staying till the very end. As soon as the buzzer went off, she's getting up to leave. I'm like, where are you going? She's like, the game's over. I'm like, there's still the 3 stars announcement. Are you fucking kidding me? So yeah, that's the kind of that's the kind of fan I am. That's what I bring to every Bell Center experience. So we invite fans to come watch the games with us, with Anthony, with Joey, with Zook, and myself, Sammy. We invite you all to please keep listening to our episodes. It doesn't always veer off track in other sports like soccer and football and Tom Brady and Cristiano Ronaldo, but it's always a fun discussion.
World Cup. It's a big stage.
It's all the world's at stage right now. But that's it. That's it for me, at least. Does anybody have anything else to bring up?
We've covered it all.
I think we've covered it all. Habs win 3-1 against the Columbus Blue Jackets, and I believe their next game after that is, I need to know the schedule a little bit more.
It's an afternoon game, I think, Chicago.
It's an afternoon game Friday in Chicago at 2 p.m. Eastern time.
Thanksgiving.
To all the Americans.
It's true.
Happy Thanksgiving if you're listening to this episode right now.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving to our neighbors down south. Enjoy it. Have all the turkey and stuffing you want. Please,
turkey and watching football.
Please be careful. I've seen videos of this, and with my occupation, please don't burn the house down. Please, God, whatever you do, cook the fucking turkey. Cook it outside if you have to deep fry it. Just please be careful. Enjoy it with your times and your family. Be thankful for what you got and who's in your lives right now. I am thankful for the 3 of you boys and everybody else that's part of the Curfew Boys.
Amen.
So, yeah, again, before we end this off, just remind everybody that we are available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram,
and OnlyFans for Joey.
You have to subscribe
button
over here.
No, we're not putting Joey's OnlyFans link, but there is the subscribe button here. Other link to our
subscription.
Stop about neck. You're fucking cheap.
Hey, high cost.
High cost, little demand. Anyway, so yeah, that's it, gentlemen. Until next time.
Bye now.
Bye now.
Good night.